Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to install Python and Pygame. Here we are on the main Python website, that's python.org. And if you go to downloads, usually it'll pick a nice one for you. I'm after the latest version of Python, so I'm going to go and get Python 3.6.1 and I'm going to save that file. In a downloads thing. Already exists obviously because I downloaded this a bit earlier. So we download the file, and then as you know over here we can see which files we downloaded, and I'm going to run it, which will install Python. It'll also install lots of useful programs alongside Python, but when you're doing the install, it's very, very important that you click this bit here and add Python to your path. This will mean that your computer will know all about Python, and we can run it from the command line, which is the operating system, not just from within Python. If you want to customize your installation, you can do that, but make sure you add to path. I usually customize to install for all users, and there will be a security check here after install. I'll have to approve it because obviously it's going to write files. It's going to make changes to the operating system, can install itself. And as usual, this takes a little while to install, so we can watch the exciting progress bar. This is the 32-bit version, which should run on basically any Windows machine. 64-bit, if you have 64-bit architecture on your machine, might get you a bit of a performance boost. Depends on what you're doing as to whether that's important. So this is installing Python. It's also installing idle, which is our development environment. It's installing all the standard libraries, and it is also installing some tools that we're going to use to install Pygame. So Python includes a little installer program called pip, and pip goes away and gets other useful bits, other useful libraries, other useful modules that Python might want to use. And one of those that doesn't come with Python originally, but we might want to use, is called Pygame. So we're going to use a bit of the built-in parts of Python called pip to go and get that. I'm just blathering on here because we've got a progress bar which isn't doing anything. Fantastic, there we go. Blah blah blah. Right, so we have Python. That's great, we have Python. Now it's important, however, there's another page that's quite useful on this is from python.org. Let's see, it's about installing packages, and we want to install a package. We want to install Pygame, but before we get going, there's some requirements, and that's to make sure that pip, setuptools, these are all installed and working nicely. Now, as it says here, we will already have pip and setuptools, but we should make sure we're upgraded to the latest version. And because we've already got Python installed, and because we told the operating system about Python, we can run this from a normal Windows command prompt. So if we go into all our programs, and then we go down here, all the way over on the right hand side, you should see under Windows System a command prompt. I don't know if you've used these before, but this lets us talk directly to Windows and instruct Windows to do things. But we need to right click this, because we don't just want to instruct Windows to run things, we need to make sure that we can install things as well and make changes to the system, and for that reason we need to run this as an administrator. So again, there will be a security screen which you probably won't see, which I have to approve to say yes, we will allow the command prompt to run as the administrator and to be able to make changes. Very important that you do this too, otherwise you won't be able to make the changes that you want to, and you won't be able to install the packages. So we're going to run it as administrator. I'm going through a security check, and there we go, and you can see it says administrator command prompt. This means this is like an all-powerful command prompt. So because we're on Windows and because we've already installed Python, I'm going to type this, and this will update pip and the other packages. So Python -m it runs Python. We want it to run pip. We want it to install some stuff. And the command that we want to do is, I think mine is used for all users, and we want again to update, or maybe it's an update thing, pip and setup tools. So that's just a copy of the line here. This, if I return, should go away, gather the information it needs, and install it all. And there we go. Fantastic. So we have now updated pip and setup tools, so we are now in a position where it's very, very easy to install Pygame, like any other package. And just as we did a minute ago, we're going to do that here again. We'll go Python, not Python, and we're going to use pip, and we're going to ask it to install Pygame. I should have pointed out, obviously, you do need to be online. Otherwise, obviously, you can't download things. So this will instruct the installation software to go away and get Pygame and install it as part of our Python setup. So there we go. It's got the cache version and it's successfully installed. Fantastic. It's as simple as that, but you do need to make sure that you're running everything as administrator here when you're installing stuff, otherwise it doesn't work. And just to check it's all worked here, this is on the Pygame website. There's a really good getting started page, and it tells you all about how to install, but it also gives you lots of further information. Things like it mentions upgrading pip, takes you through Windows installation, mentions this about adding to the path. A very good help page for installing not only Pygame but Python itself. So we can, here we go, look, see if it works. See if it works. Run one of the included examples, and I'm going to do that now. Python -m, and then we've got Pygame dot examples. Can't spell dot aliens, and this will run quite possibly. Oh yes, a reasonably loud game, which I can turn down a bit. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. That got me. Let's try again. So here we go. Game. I can move left and right. I can fire. It's probably slightly more exciting for me than it is for you to watch on a dreadful quality video. And here we go. Oh, it's all over. So there we go. Python installed. Python updated. So we've updated pip and the other install tools, the setup tools, and then we used pip to install Pygame and just checked it worked. Hopefully that helps.